Blessings, guys. So, like I promised you, before I forget, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are out there that are celebrating this Mother's Day 2021. Okay, guys? After this, I want to share with you guys a recipe that I like to use to put protection around the home, also to bless your home or a new home. As you all know, I got a new, we're in a bigger house, a new house. So, we got to remove the energies of whatever was here. This is something that I do all the time. I'm also going to show you what to put around as a barrier once you're done smudging out your house. So these are just techniques that I use. A lot of people use different kinds of techniques, and that's fine. Whatever works for you, and that's fantastic. So first off, one of the first things you want to do to a new home or your home when you're cleansing a home is that you always want to start, if you're doing, I do usually the smoke a lot. I use a lot of that energy. And then I do the water like once a month, okay? Which is the protective waters and all that kind of stuff around the home. I'm going to show you the smoke one that I do, okay? One of the things that people like to use a lot are sage, all right? Sage sticks are very commonly used. This one's pine. And then we have Palo Santo. I love using sage sticks, of course. However, a lot of people fail to realize that sage is used in a sacred way when it comes to like the American Indians, when you're calling in spirit. So let's say you want to remove kind of spirit energy. This is when I opt to do the other one, because sometimes I do have to come around and like remove certain energies of spirit that are like causing havoc or bothering us or whatever. I work with spirit, so I welcome spirit, but as long as they behave, as long as they don't bother the kids or my husband or myself or the house things, because they do tend to move things around or throw stuff, hide my shoes, things like that. When that happens, when those kind of like trickster spirits come around, I get them out of here. I don't want them. I don't want to deal with them, whatever. So for this here, the smoke that I'm going to show you, one of the things I've never shared with y'all is my incense here. This is an incense that has lasted and carried on for years. It's called Family Incense that I just made. So this Family Incense consists of all of my favorite herbs, and it consists of protective herbs, and as it starts going down, I begin to fill it up some more with whatever herbs. So it's always changing, the scent is always changing, but the intention is always there of what I want for protection for my home, to return to sender, or whatever it is that I'm doing. With this kind of loose incense, you would want to use a charcoal. Okay, so I already lit this charcoal. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. I'm gonna go ahead and like put some of my stuff in there. Okay, this is one of the ways that I do this. If y'all feel more comfortable doing sage, then by all means, please do sage. This is what I'm showing you what I like to do. Okay. In this incense that I have here, for sure, I have juniper, I have agrimony, I have peppercorns, I have, what else do I have in there? Let me see. Peppercorns, we have clove. We have all kinds of stuff that I find pleasing to me, and things that I feel that are protective as well, okay? I'm going to throw in a little bit of fennel. Fennel is one of the ingredients that I want to bring up to you guys. Fennel is a fantastic herb. Oh, this is getting to me now. Let me move it over. Fennel is a fantastic herb to use, guys, in protective energies, in protective spells, in mojo bags, or even in what I'm about to show you, like a barrier around your home, okay? So Fennel is a fantastic thing. It wards off evil. It helps protect and bring in that energy that you need. So if you're doing mojo bags or love mojo bags and stuff, throw in some Fennel. That helps out a lot, okay? So let's go ahead and add the Fennel here in this bowl. I'll talk about this too. I've already began. This is what's going to go around my home. So I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. The first thing you want to do is there's smoke. You're going to start it whether it's loose incense, whether it's sage, or whether it's Palo Santo. Palo Santo, I would suggest you do more than sage. Why? Because Palo Santo literally removes the negative energy, spirit, or whatever that's bothering, and it lifts. If someone's hexing or anything like that, it actually throws it back, okay? Sage can do that, and it also kills bacteria, but sage can also open portals sometimes. So guys, if you don't know exactly what's going on, so I do recommend you go with Palo Santo. Palo Santo, you're gonna light it, or your incense, or whatever you choose to do it. You're gonna start at the very back of the house. So if your laundry room is at the back of the house, they're gonna start saging it every corner, pantry, closets, in the kitchen, in the rooms, in the closets, in the bathrooms, every part of your house, from the back to the front. So start from the back room all the way to the front. All right, casting out negative energies, anything that is not serving the family, you want to cast that out. Okay, I always make sure that I keep my family here. In other words, my ancestors are always welcome here, so I do mention them, and I also mention my goddess, that she is also one to stay here as well. Okay, so once I do the smoke out, what I do, I open the front door and I let all of that out. Okay, once the house is smoked up, I let it all out. Now we done the inside of the house. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put a protective barrier, which is this mix that I have here already. I've already started, and I am missing one thing that I'm gonna add to this, but I'll add it after the camera goes off. What I start is, of course, everybody knows about the eggshells. Okay, so every time I make eggs, I rinse them and I dry them up, and this is one of the bases that I have into my protection barrier that's gonna go outside. I then crush it up really well, guys. This becomes cascarilla. Now you can also buy cascarilla. We have it at our shop, but if you can make it, by all means, please make it. So my eggs went into the fennel, and you're gonna crush it all up as much as you can. You're not gonna get it perfect. You're gonna have a thicker little shell there, which is fine. You can also use that coffee grinder. However, when it comes to something like this, I like to do it myself because I'm putting my energy into my protection in my home. All right, so I would recommend that you try to put a little bit of your energy and then grind everything else, but at least try to put some of your energy and attention into your eggshells. The next thing I added to this were some peppercorns, whole peppercorns, and I crushed them, okay? And then I put them in here, into this powder, which has become really big. The other thing that I like to add to my protection barrier are the leftover garlic pieces of skin, and I added to this because I'm also going to be protecting my monies as they're coming in. So to me, garlic not only protects against negative energy and hexing and all of that good stuff, it also protects your monies as it's coming in. You want to retain the money. You don't want it to be just coming in and going out, right? So we're going to add our skin of garlic. You can also add skin of onions, which also as well protects you from your monies and all of that protection energy. Guys, a lot of people may think we're crazy because we're using herbs for protection, but remember, everything carries energy. Plants carry energies. We all carry energies. We want to connect with certain planetary systems like Saturn for money and stuff. You want to use the herbs that are connected to Saturn. Venus, you want to use the herbs or oils that are connected to Venus in order to draw that in. So I'm using all of the protective herbs that I feel are going to bring in the energies that I want. I also have some laurel leaves in here that are crushed up. What else did I put here? Okay, one of the big things that you want to do as well is you want to add some of your salt. Okay, so salt, I love to use sea salt. I'm always using sea salt for cooking. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing here. And all of my herbs that are here have already been enchanted and blessed and put my energy into this already. Okay, next thing I'm going to add to this that I had not added was the fennel. Okay, so I'm adding some there, and I'm also going to get some to crush in here. Hopefully I won't turn my desk over here. So I'm going to crush it, putting my intention in there. Hopefully I don't drop y'all either. One of the other herbs that I want to be putting in here, guys, is my agrimony. Okay, so agrimony, I'm going to add some here. Agrimony is also added into my home incense always. So every time I burn around the house, I got my home incense in there. I also like to add frankincense, myrrh, and definitely dragon's blood. Dragon's blood is always in my home incense as a resin, is what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Okay, so literally, oh my god, I can smell the fennel. It's gorgeous, guys. This is what you're gonna technically see, right? Throw it in there. All right, put your energy in there, put your intention in there. Okay, what else? Another thing that I like to throw into my protection incense is every time I do this ritual here, which is the burning of my home incense or protection incense, whatever it is that I'm using, I save it. When that is like this, it's already done, it's been the next day, I usually keep it in a big jar. Okay, why? For times like this. So I take this that I've burned for protection and I throw it into this right here. Okay, so now I got double protection because the intention was there when I first did that one, and now I have this burnt charcoal incense that I have, or incense or burnt charcoal leftovers that I have here. Okay, guys, that's what goes in here. Next thing I'm going to be adding to this is I'm going to add some sulfur. So, like, I love learning from different people, and this technique right here with the sulfur was picked up from one of my good friends and wonderful witches out there, Lady Grave Dancer, is the one that inspired me to do the sulfur. And remember, guys, if it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't work for you. Don't do it. If it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. All right, guys? I like using this technique. It's always worked fantastic for me. And let's say you want to add something different, by all means, make it yours. Add something different, make it your own. You only know what you're going through, and only you know what you need to do to protect your home, okay? So we have the sulfur there. Another thing that I like to do as well is I like to add bird seeds, which I have right over there, but I'm going to be adding it as soon as the cameras go off, the bird seeds to this, because once that I'm done saging the house, Palo Santo the house, or doing the incense in my home for the cleansing, and I let out the air, I'm then going to go all around the perimeter of my home clockwise, because remember, I want to bring in protection. So I'm going to go clockwise around the perimeter of the house to set the final barrier for protection. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, this is for new homes, old homes, or just cleansing energies in the house. If it feels ugly, and even at that, y'all should be doing it at least once a month. If you can do it at least once a month, it helps out a lot. Believe me, you'll see the difference. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Go check out my Spanish channel. I did a short video on the Spanish channel for quick money spell. So go check that out, guys. Like and subscribe, please, guys. I love you guys. I'm gonna be answering emails in a bit. If those of you that are messaging me on there or on any other kind of media or texts, whatever, I'll get to you guys soon. I promise you guys that. Many blessings.